1. Introduction. My name is Amanda. Sam is my boyfriend. We have been together for about 4 years now. That is a long time. I felt happy with him and I felt good about myself. I thought I was a nice person and looked okay. Last night, we had some friends at our apartment. It was not a big place, but it was nice. Some of the friends were new to me. We ate some food, drank some drinks, and talked a lot. Everyone was laughing and having a good time. We were the only couple there. One of Sam's friends, Mark, looked at us. He asked, "Hey, how did you two meet? Tell us your story." Everyone looked at us and smiled. I felt a little shy, but I was happy to tell our story. I looked at Sam to start. Sam began the story. "Well," he said, "I first saw Amanda on her first day at work. I saw her right away." He looked at me and I smiled. I watched her for some time. Then his face changed a little. But after a few days, he told his friends, I was not interested in her anymore. My smile started to go away. I remembered him telling me this part before. He had said he liked another girl for 2 years after that, before we started dating. I did not really like this part of the story, but I knew it. But then, Sam said something new, something very bad. Yeah, I was not interested because, well, I saw that she was ugly. My heart felt like it stopped. Ugly? Did he just say I was ugly, in front of all our friends? My face felt very hot. I felt so embarrassed and so hurt. I tried to laugh to make it seem okay. "Ha ha, are you sure, Sam?" I said. "That is not what you told me before." I hoped he would say he was joking or that he did not mean it. But Sam just moved his head up and down, saying yes. He said it again. "Yeah, that is why I was not interested in you then." I felt like I could not breathe well. I was so embarrassed. I did not know what to say or do. I just made a small, not happy smile. I let him finish telling the story of how we started dating later. But I was not really listening. I felt our friends looking at me. Maybe they felt sorry for me, or maybe I only thought that. The rest of the night felt very, very long and uncomfortable. 2. The silent sting. After our friends left, the apartment became very quiet. It felt heavy. Sam started to clean up. He picked up plates and glasses. He acted like nothing important had happened. He even whistled a little tune. I stood near the window. I looked outside at the dark street. My thoughts were moving very fast. The word ugly was in my head. It played again and again like a song I did not want to hear. He called me ugly. How could he say that, especially in front of people I did not know well? It felt very wrong. It made me feel small inside. Sam is usually kind to me. He often says I look nice. He compliments my clothes or my hair. Were those nice words not true? Did he really see me as ugly? I thought about our relationship. We had been together for about 4 years. We had some problems recently. A few months ago, I told him he was not trying enough. He said he would try harder. And he did, a little bit. But what he said tonight felt like falling down, not just a step back. I know Sam has difficult feelings sometimes. He told me he does not always feel good about how he looks. When we are outside, sometimes people look at us. He has heard people wonder why I am with him. Some people said I was with him for his money, which is not true. These comments make him feel bad, and I understand that. But does feeling bad himself give him a reason to hurt me, to make me feel embarrassed? I did not say anything to him that night. I did not know what words to use. I just felt a deep, cold pain inside. I put on my pajamas and went to bed. I turned my back to him. I pretended to be asleep when he came to bed. But I stayed awake for a very, very long time. 3, the weight of a word. The days after the party were strange and quiet in our apartment. Sam seemed to act normal, like nothing important had happened. He kept his usual routines. In the morning, he kissed me goodbye before he left for work. When he came home in the evening, he asked about my day. He sometimes tried to hold my hand when we sat on the sofa watching TV together. But for me, nothing felt normal anymore. Everything felt different. When he tried to touch me, it felt wrong. When he spoke, his words sounded empty, like they had no real feeling or truth behind them. That word, ugly, stayed with me all the time. It was like a heavy, dark cloud hanging in the air between Sam and me. I could not forget it, even for a minute. Every time I looked at myself in the mirror, I heard his voice saying that word. Was I really ugly? I looked at my face, my eyes, my hair. I knew I was not ugly. People had told me I was attractive. But why would he say that word if he didn't think it was true, even a little bit, in his heart? Because of this feeling, I started to pull myself away from Sam. I did not want him to touch me. If he tried to hug me, I would find a simple reason to move away, like needing to go to the kitchen or getting up to do something else. When he talked to me, I gave very short answers, like yes or okay or fine, to stop the conversation quickly. I felt very confused inside my head. Was this one comment, this one word, a big enough problem to end a relationship that was 4 years long? We had shared many years and many good times together, building a life. But the hurt from his word felt very deep inside me, like a physical pain that would not go away. I thought about that moment at the party again and again in my mind, like watching a film on repeat. I saw him standing there, smiling. I heard the easy way he said the word ugly, like it was nothing important. I remembered how he said it again when I asked, making it even worse. I thought about the faces of our friends, the new people I had just met, and the pity I thought I saw in their eyes looking at me. Thinking about it made my stomach hurt and my face feel hot again. I thought maybe he said it to try and seem impressive or funny to his friends. Maybe he thought being a little mean about me made him look cool or strong to them. but it was not funny for me. It was cruel. After he said that, I felt I could not trust him with my feelings anymore. I could not believe his compliments. If he could say such a thing in front of new friends, what did he really think about me when we were alone? This question about his true feelings was like something sharp inside me, hurting me all the time. It felt like the trust between us was broken into many pieces. I did not know what I should do. I felt so bad inside, so hurt and lost. And I knew that this memory, this word he used, would always be in my mind. It felt like it would always be there, a dark shadow, making our future together difficult and maybe impossible. This hurt felt like it would stay with me forever. 4. The forgotten keys. A few days went by. The feeling between Amanda and Sam was still not good. Amanda was quiet. Sam acted like nothing was wrong, or maybe he did not want to see it. The sad feeling stayed like a dark cloud. One evening, Mark and Sarah called. They were the friends from the party. It was a video call. Sam answered on his computer in the living room. "Hey guys," he said. He sounded happy. Amanda could hear Mark and Sarah speaking too. Amanda was in the bedroom. She was getting ready to go out. She needed to buy something small from a shop, like milk. Sam called to her, "Oh, Amanda is going out for a little bit." Amanda walked to the living room. She waved at the computer screen. "Hi, everyone," she said. She tried to sound normal and happy. "Hey, Amanda," Mark and Sarah said back. "I'm just going to the shop," Amanda told them. "I will be back soon." "Okay, see you later," Sam said. Amanda took her bag and her coat. She went out of the apartment. She pulled the door shut behind her. She walked down the stairs. There were 2 flights of stairs. When she got to the door of the building, she put her hand in her coat pocket. She wanted her keys to lock the building door when she came back. The keys were not there. She looked in her bag, not there either. "Oh no," she thought, "I must have left my keys on the kitchen table." Amanda felt a little tired. She turned around. She walked back up the stairs. She did not want to go back inside right now. She did not want to stop Sam's call with his friends, but she needed her keys. She reached her apartment door. She saw that it was not fully closed. She had pulled it, but it did not click shut. She could hear voices inside. Sam was still talking to Mark and Sarah. Their voices were clear. Amanda put her hand on the door handle. She was going to open the door. 5, the second dagger. Amanda stood at the apartment door. Her hand was on the handle. She had forgotten her keys and needed to get them. The door was not closed all the way. She could hear voices inside. Sam was still talking to his friends, Mark and Sarah, on the computer video call. Then she heard Mark's voice clearly. "Man, that was so awkward the other night when you told that story about Amanda," he said. He laughed a little, but it sounded strange, not happy. Amanda's hand stopped moving. She listened. Sarah spoke next. "Yeah, Sam, calling her ugly. That was a bit much, don't you think? She looked really upset. Amanda's heart started to beat fast. What would Sam say? Would he say sorry? Would he say he didn't mean it? Then she heard Sam's laugh. It was a normal, easy sound. "Oh, come on, guys. Don't be so serious," he said. "It's just how it was. She was pretty plain back then, honestly. Objectively speaking, compared to, you know." He stopped, but Amanda understood. He meant compared to other girls. Then he said it again. "Yeah, she really was ugly to me at first. It's part of our weird story, I guess." He sounded like it was a funny thing. Amanda felt like someone hit her hard in the stomach. It felt worse than the first time he said it. The first time, maybe he said it because his friends were there. But now, he was saying it again, easily, laughing. He meant it. He really thought she was ugly. Her eyes started to fill with water. She didn't want to hear more. She didn't want them to know she was there, listening. She felt sick inside. She wished she had not forgotten her keys. She wished she had not come back to the door. Very slowly, very carefully, Amanda moved away from the door. She made no noise. She walked back down the stairs, step by step. Her body felt heavy and cold. The word ugly was loud in her head now. It was sharper. He really thought that. And he was telling his friends, laughing, her boyfriend, the man she loved. 6, the growing distance. I did not go to the shop. I could not. I just walked near our building. Tears came down my face. How could he be so mean, so careless with my feelings? He was telling his friends again that I was ugly. It was not just a story for him. It felt like a fact he shared easily. When I went back upstairs, I used a key I kept hidden. Sam was still talking on the phone, but they were finishing. I went into the bedroom quietly. I pretended I just came from the shop. I put an old carton of milk on the table, like I had bought it. My mind was full of bad thoughts. After that moment, I stayed away from Sam as much as possible. When he came close, I moved away. When he tried to talk about normal things, I gave short answers. I said only 1 or 2 words. I pretended I was busy. The quiet in our apartment got bigger. It was not a good quiet. It was heavy with things not said. It was heavy with my quiet pain. He saw it. He looked at me with a confused face. Sometimes he asked, "Are you okay, Amanda? You seem far away." I just said yes with my head and answered, "I'm fine, just tired." But I was not fine. My heart felt broken. I felt like the trust between us was broken into many small pieces. Who was he? The man who said I was beautiful, or the man who told his friends I was ugly? I did not know who was real. I did not know who to believe. My thoughts were like a storm. I heard his words again and again. I heard his laugh. I felt so alone. I needed to talk to someone who could understand. After a few more days of this cold feeling between us, I took my phone. I needed my mom. I found her name and pushed the button to call her. 7. A mother's strength. My mom answered the phone quickly on the third ring. Just hearing her voice made me feel weak. I started to cry. I couldn't stop the tears. "Amanda, honey, how are you?" she asked. Her voice sounded warm and caring. "Mom," I said, crying harder, I don't know what to do. Something bad happened." "What's wrong, sweetheart?" "Tell me everything," she said softly. So I told her. I told her about the party. I told her how Sam called me ugly in front of his friends. I told her how much it hurt. Then, with a shaking voice, I told her about forgetting my keys. I told her about hearing Sam talking to his friends on the video call. I told her he said I was ugly again, and I told her he laughed about it. I cried a lot while I spoke. It felt like I was lifting a heavy weight from my heart. My mom listened quietly. She didn't interrupt, but she made small sounds so I knew she was listening. When I finished, there was a short, quiet moment. Then she spoke. Her voice was strong but very kind. "Oh, Amanda, my poor girl, that is not okay. That is not how someone who loves you should treat you, not ever." "I know, Mom," I whispered, trying to stop crying. "But he says he has problems, like insecurities." "Insecurities are not a reason to be cruel, Amanda," she said gently but firmly. "It is not a reason to make you feel small, not one time and not 2 times. This is about respect. He did not show you respect." She continued, her voice full of love. "You are a beautiful, smart, and wonderful young woman. You deserve a person who sees that, who is happy to have you, who would never, ever say such a hurtful thing, especially to make himself look better to other people." "I feel so silly for being so upset," I mumbled. "Don't you dare feel silly," she said, her voice a little louder. "You feel hurt because he hurt you. That is normal. His actions are not normal. You must talk to him, Amanda. You must tell him you hurt him, and you must think about your future. Is this the right relationship for you? Never take less than you deserve, my love. If this is how he treats you, he does not deserve you." Her words went deep inside me. She was right. I was not being silly, he was being disrespectful. A feeling of quiet strength, a new kind of certainty, began to grow. It pushed away some of the sadness. I knew what I had to do. "Thank you, Mom," I said. My voice felt stronger now. "Thank you for understanding. Always, sweetheart, I love you. I love you too, Mom." After we finished the call, I took a deep breath. I felt different, stronger. My mom was right. I had to talk to him, and I had to be ready for what came next. 8. Beautiful inside and out. That evening, when Sam came home from work, I was waiting for him. I sat on the sofa in the living room. The television was off. He looked surprised to see me just sitting there quietly. "Hey," he said, trying to smile. "Everything okay?" "No, Sam," I said. My voice was clear and steady. "Everything is not okay. We need to talk about something important." He put his bag down near the door. He looked a little worried. "About what?" "About what you said at the party the other night," I said. About me being ugly. He frowned a little. Oh, that. Look, Amanda, I was just telling the story about how we met. I didn't mean to really hurt your feelings. It was just, how I felt a long time ago back then. And then a few days ago, I continued, my voice still calm but firm, when you were on the video call with Mark and Sarah. I came back to the apartment because I forgot my keys. The door was open a little and I heard you talking. I heard you tell them again that I was ugly. I heard you laughing about it. His face changed quickly. First, he looked very shocked. Then he looked a little guilty. But then his face got hard. You were listening? What? No, you must have heard wrong. I would never say that. He started to deny it, just like that. My heart felt heavy, but my decision became stronger. Don't lie to me, Sam, I said, my voice getting slightly louder. I heard you, very clearly. You said it. You agreed with them that it was awkward, and then you said it again. He tried to make excuses quickly. Well, maybe you didn't understand the situation. I think you're beautiful now, right? Do you really, Sam? I asked. I looked him straight in the eyes. Because what I heard sounded like what you truly believe, and it was very disrespectful. It was humiliating, and it was incredibly hurtful. It shows me that you don't really respect me. He stood there for a moment, silent, looking down at the floor. Then he looked up at me. He had a sad look on his face. Amanda, I am sorry if you felt embarrassed. I really am. But it's not a big problem, is it? Not big enough for this. It is a big problem to me, Sam, I said, standing up from the sofa. It's a huge problem. It showed me what you are happy to say about me when I am not there, and even to my face in front of other people, just to make yourself feel better or to get a laugh. And your first thing you do when I talk to you about it is to say I heard wrong. To lie. Tears started in my eyes, but I blinked them away. I cannot be with someone who does not respect me, Sam. I cannot be with someone who thinks it is okay to call me ugly and then lies about it. I have been trying to make our relationship better, but this shows me that we cannot build a future. His face looked very sad now. Are you ending our relationship? Yes, Sam, I said. My voice shook a little, but it was strong. I am finished. I deserve better than this. I am beautiful inside and out, and I will be with someone who appreciates all of me. Someone who would help me feel good about myself, not make me feel bad for his friends. He just stared at me. He did not speak. I turned and walked towards the bedroom. I needed to pack a bag to leave. I felt a strange mix of sadness and relief. It was painful to end 4 years together, but it also felt like I could finally breathe. My mom was right. I should never accept less than I deserve. And I knew, deep in my heart, that I was worth much more than this.